Hey everyone, some World War II missions were never meant to succeed, and this one was designed to disappear along with the man ordered to carry it. Cold fog wraps the road as Eli waits alone, holding sealed orders, unaware this mission was built to fail and erase him quietly before dawn. A truck engine fades behind him, leaving silence, while Eli checks the map again, not knowing the marked safe path leads straight into enemy guns. He volunteered because runners were needed, and because saying yes felt easier than living with the shame of staying behind tonight during this Cold War. The officer smiled while handing orders, promising quick return, but eyes stayed empty. Already knowing Eli would never come back after this planned night march, Eli steps off the road, hears distant dogs, and feels his stomach drop, realizing the enemy somehow knows his route already tonight with cruel certainty. A flare bursts above trees, turning fog-white, and Eli understands the truth. This path was bait, and he is the message meant to die. He runs anyway, boots slipping in mud, because stopping changes nothing. And maybe speed can still rewrite their plan before sunrise, under gun-filled skies now. Gunfire snaps close, bark shreds trees, and Eli dives, clutching orders, knowing capture means lies, and death means silence they want, clean and complete, tonight only. A friendly patrol appears, but they refuse eye contact, wave him onward too fast, and Eli senses betrayal without words taught by quiet orders earlier. He checks the seal, realizes codes are outdated, and understands his run distracts the enemy, while a real strike moves elsewhere far away tonight unseen. That knowledge hits harder than bullets, because Eli sees lives traded, and his death balanced on a map by calm hands, smiling officers. Tonight again. The radio crackles suddenly, ordering him to hold position, proof they want him found, not saved. Right now, despite danger, despite pleas, despite common sense here, Eli turns the radio off, choosing motion over orders, because standing still feels like agreeing to vanish without noise, without record. Tonight, in fog alone, he crosses a stream, water freezing legs, washing ink from maps, as if the land helps erase him before history, before names, before memory forms. An enemy soldier rises suddenly, shouting, but hesitates, and Eli sees confusion, realizing the trap is failing slightly, because no runner should choose this path willingly. Eli sprints past, heart-tearing, knowing escape breaks their plan. But survival was never included in his orders, written quietly, signed calmly, stamped complete earlier. He reaches the drop point early, finds it empty, and understands the mission ended before he began. Design failure, clean loss, no witnesses, no return expected. Snow starts falling, hiding footprints, and Eli laughs softly, seeing how nature helps the lie stay perfect. Quiet roads, blank files, empty medals, closed mouths everywhere. He chooses a new route, toward lights, not escape, but proof, hoping someone will see him alive before orders, reports, and silence finish him off. A searchlight pins him, voices shout, and Eli raises empty hands, risking capture to break the clean ending they planned. Approved, and expected tonight only. The shots come anyway, fast and messy, proving the truth. Success would be more dangerous than failure for careful stories, careful leaders, careful peacekeeping men. Eli falls behind a wall, orders soaked red, and wonders if anyone will read them now without editing, without dates, without signatures, without convenient endings later. Footsteps circle closer, radios hum calm lies, and Eli understands this mission could only end here, unseen, unnamed, cleanly, quietly, approved, closed, forgotten, erased forever. He thinks of home briefly, not pride, just warmth, then lets the papers drift into dark water, where ink runs, words fade, and truth sinks fast. Silence returns as lights move on, leaving Eli unseen. And the mission finally succeeds by failing exactly as planned, without names, without graves, without memory kept. Morning fog lifts, and soldiers pass the wall, never looking down, because orders said nothing fell here. And seeing nothing is sometimes safest for everyone. Eli lies still, not from death, but choice, waiting, listening, knowing, moving now, could reopen a story meant to stay finished forever. Quietly. Hours later, he crawls away, wounded, leaving blood spots soon covered by snow, as if the land helps finish erasing him before records begin. He reaches a ruined barn, hides inside, shaking, reading torn orders, confirming stamps marked expendable, signed neatly by a familiar hand from briefings. The mission report will say lost to fog, lost to fire, lost while brave, meaning lost without questions, without investigation, without blame passed upward. Eli realizes living is now dangerous, because a survivor proves intent, and proof threatens careful math done with men's lives before war ends ever officially. He burns the orders, watches ink curl, accepting the only way out is silence, becoming the missing piece that makes reports balance again perfectly. A nearby town rings bells for safety, unaware a runner bleeds nearby. Learning peace can require invisible sacrifices never discussed publicly afterward. Eli avoids lights, hides days, hearing radios announce success elsewhere. Success paid for by his failure, exactly as designed days earlier. Hunger grows, pain worsens, but he moves at night. Knowing capture means stories, and stories break plans carefully signed and closed by calm people. A friendly unit spots him, but freezes, and one whispers his name like a mistake, proving they were warned not to bring him back alive. They offer water, then point away, refusing touch, because helping him would break orders and careers, and silence feeds families easier than truth. Eli understands now, the mission never meant success, only noise, distraction, and a body to bury the lie beneath official victory lines. He chooses the woods again, accepting exile over death, becoming a man without uniform, without name, without future inside official memory ever again. At night, he dreams of the officer's smile, soft and calm, the smile of someone certain history will protect him, not the runner who risked everything. Papers move faster than bullets, Eli thinks, realizing his erasing was planned before he took his first step off the road that night. Weeks pass unmarked, and Eli stays hidden, watching trucks leave, soldiers cheer, and knowing celebration rests on decisions never meant for daylight. He tries, speaking to one officer, hears fear answer first, then anger, then a quiet threat to stay gone if he values breath. The war ends nearby, guns quiet, flags rise, and Eli remains crouched, invisible, a problem peace does not want to solve. Victory parades begin, names printed, medals given, and Eli learns his life now endangers stories needed to keep order afterward. He writes a letter anyway, not begging credit, only truth, then tears it up, knowing mail leaves records, and records create questions. Each day alive feels like breaking a rule, yet dying would finish their work, leaving him torn between breathing and proof. Eli becomes a shadow, traveling at night, trusting no one, because trust failed first when orders smiled and maps lied. The mission lives on in reports, successful through sacrifice, never noting the sacrifice survived and refused to disappear quietly afterward. Eli watches fireworks from hills, light without sound, realizing peace can be louder than war when it demands silence instead of honesty. Eli slips into a small town at dawn, hears victory songs, and understands survival now means hiding inside the world he helped protect quietly, without proof. He trades his uniform for old clothes, losing rank and name, becoming just another face, careful not to be remembered by anyone walking past him daily. Every night he replays the run, the flares, the trap, wondering which pen signed his ending before boots moved on the road. That night alone, silently, a newspaper prints success stories, and Eli folds it away, seeing his mission praised without him, without risk mentioned or names, dates, or costs anywhere today. He tries to forget, but bodies fall in dreams, and officers smile, calm and safe, exactly as planned from the start. Far from gunfire tonight, always. Eli hears rumors of files sealed tight, missions buried, and learns failure can be declared success by careful language used by those far from danger then. He thinks of speaking out, but sees what happened already, and knows truth would finish the job. Bullets did not, with quiet hands and clean stamps. One night, strangers knock, friendly at first, asking questions only leaders would ask, and Eli feels the net closing from inside the town he hid within. He slips away again, leaving warmth behind, choosing cold roads over answers, because answers cost lives like his, when files need balance, and stories need peace. Eli survives by staying small, helping quietly, never using his real name, never writing anything that can be found by calm men with keys and badges. The mission follows him everywhere, not as honor, but as threat, reminding him breathing itself breaks their perfect ending designed on maps, memos, and smiles only. A former officer passes him once, does not stop, but the look says stay gone or disappear properly, without noise, without witnesses, without records, ever again. That look confirms the darkest truth. The mission needed a ghost, and ghosts cannot walk home through towns, papers, or parades later on purpose ever again. Eli understands betrayal was not personal, it was policy, clean and signed. Safer than courage after guns fall silent in rooms, praised by peers later always. He carries on anyway, because stopping proves them right, and motion is the only protest left for a runner denied return, rank, voice, and record forever. Years blur without markers, seasons change, and Eli watches life grow around a lie that must stay standing to keep peace, jobs, pride, and sleep intact. He hears children laugh, saved by many choices, including his, yet his part is forbidden to name in books, talks, medals, or lessons taught aloud ever. Sometimes he wonders if dying would have been easier, but survival keeps asking him to be silent for order, comfort, and careers not his own anymore. A radio announces Remembrance Day, names read slow, and Eli turns it off before the gap hurts where he should stand unbroken, unchanged, unclaimed, forever missing. The mission is over everywhere but inside him, where failure keeps working exactly as designed, without noise, without blame, without repair, without end, without mercy ever. He realizes success meant silence, and silence means living half alive, unseen, but breathing behind walls, markets, buses, winters, summers, faces, numbers, records, days, nights, always. Eli keeps moving, because stopping invites review, and review invites truth. And truth is the enemy of peace, power, order, comfort, and clean endings they prefer. He accepts the cost fully now. The mission never meant success, only disappearance done correctly with signatures, paths, lights, timing, weather, orders, smiles, silence, and sleep. Eli breathes, walks, works, and waits, knowing the story will never come for him unless he breaks the quiet, breaks lives, breaks peace, breaks himself first. The road at dusk looks like that night, and Eli stops speaking even to himself, letting silence finish the mission as planned, approved, closed, sealed, permanent. Years later, Eli lives under another name, working quiet jobs, knowing every breath depends on forgetting who he was and why he ran that night. He avoids cameras, papers, questions, because proof of life could reopen files, sealed with calm voices and steady hands long ago on that mission. Sometimes he stands near parades, hearing cheers, seeing flags, and feeling the distance between noise and truth stretch wider every passing year silently. Eli understands now, his survival threatens peace built on lies, and peace will always choose quiet men over honest ones still breathing nearby. A reporter once asks about hidden missions, and Eli turns away, knowing one sentence could end him and stain many clean histories forever again. His hair grays unnoticed, not honored, not blamed, just aging in corners where memory is not welcome or safe at all. The officer who signed the order dies praised, buried with flags, while Eli watches from afar, unseen, carrying the weight meant for one man only. He wonders if the officer ever remembered the runner, or if forgetting became easy once reports closed and success was declared without doubt. Eli keeps no photos, no letters, because proof invites questions, and questions invite endings planned by others, not chosen by him. He dreams less now, not from peace, but from practice, training his mind to stay quiet like the records already did. The world feels stable, orderly, proud, built partly on his silence, and Eli knows breaking that calm would make him the enemy again. One evening, he stands by a river, watching papers float past, thinking how easily truth sinks when nobody is ordered to save it. He does not jump, does not run, just watches, because even death would speak louder than living unseen in this careful peace. Eli understands the final truth. The mission succeeded by erasing him, and his breathing is the only mistake left unfixed. Each day alive feels borrowed, not celebrated, balanced by silence agreed upon by strangers who never met him. No record changes, no confession comes, and the gap he left stays clean, smooth, and accepted by history without discomfort. The road where it began still exists, empty, foggy, ordinary, never marked, never questioned, never named for the runner who vanished there. Eli walks past it once, says nothing, and the world does not notice, exactly as planned all those years ago. He finally accepts the mission has no end, only quiet maintenance, carried by him until breath stops without sound. There is no closing line, no truths revealed, only Eli alive and erased, and the silence still doing its work. The wind moves on, unchanged, as if nothing ever ran through it, asking to be seen. History rests comfortably, while Eli remains awake, proving success can be measured by what never speaks. No footsteps follow him now, only the habit of staying invisible learned too well. When Eli disappears at last, nothing breaks, nothing shifts, and peace remains intact without effort. Silence completes the mission, exactly as it was always meant to. And when the silence finally settles, the mission succeeds completely, because no one remembers the man who was never meant to return.